Hello everyone, welcome back to another review. Today's game was submitted by Chocolate Waffle and the user takes white. So let's see. Right off the bat here, when black has that high stone on the other side, white typically doesn't want to take an opposing 3-4, and we'll see why. Because this approach is really nice for black. It's the widest side, it's an approach on a corner, so we typically just want to deny it by playing. You can play like this or like this, and don't let black have that really nice move. And we'll see in a second here, this turned out really nicely for black. All these stones are working very well together, and it just looks very fast. So this is the correct direction to approach from. We don't want to let black expand out to like here and get a double wing, so we want to push that down. This is the wrong direction, and this is actually going to result, this is the theme situation for this particular review, is I've seen this shape in several of the games that I have reviewed so far, and so I figured I'd take a few minutes to stop and talk about it. In this position, when white approaches here, we generally either want to back off high, like this, backing off low, or you can actually pincer as well, and take this nice influence. But the kick is a bad exchange for black. It looks like black is taking a lot here, but there's still a lot of Aji at R17. Excuse me. As black, or as white naturally gains strength through the game with this outside group, then there is an invasion at A. So black either owes an extra move, which gives white freedom to do something else. So if for some reason black feels it's important enough now, white can do something like this. Or black has to just wait and hope that later on he gets a chance to secure the corner somehow. So this is counted as a good result for white. Plus white gets this nice extension from the Komoku over here, kind of mimicking the Kobayashi. So, oops. Let's take a look. Where did it go? At a couple of these. Now this is probably still a bit early in this game to actually make this invasion, but it was the cleanest place to show some of the variations in the tree. Later, something like this. Oh, nope. Sorry, got distracted there. We want this white group to be stronger, really, before trying an invasion like this. Maybe. Just because black gets a lot of sente moves underneath and can gut the base really quickly. But once it is possible, then these are a couple standard variations that I've put in here for you. Really common, and then there's some continuations, or there's a couple here. So look through those and get familiar with them, because if your opponent doesn't know about them, it can be pretty disastrous if you can correctly play out these corner sequences. And you can also look them up on like ps.wolftheory, Go database, and it's pretty handy. I use it pretty often. The placement of this stone is a little too high. This direction is kind of awkward anyway, because white can't make a lot of points on the bottom with this stone being low. At the moment anyway, it doesn't seem like it's very promising in terms of points. So right here, white should, I think, approach on the left and break up whatever black is planning to do. But this stone in particular, and we'll see the next move, black comes in and tries to attack because it's just too open along the bottom here. XHU, when he went over it with me, said that black should actually take it one step down and invade on the third line to be really severe. And that's because, you see I marked these stones again, white let black have this really nice formation in the beginning. And so black has a lot of power to play with, and this invasion is really, really easy. So if we are going to play from this side, then white should probably do something like this, which is why we want to play from the other side, because this is really low. You know, there's not a lot being done here. So playing from this side is a little more dynamic. Some stuff happens. Alright, now this is the other situation we want to talk about, and you'll have to permit me to brag a little bit here. Here's the game move. This is a move that XHU complimented me on, so I'm very proud of it. The wedge here is pretty fun, actually, because white has this group on the outside. All the ladders in this direction work for white, so there are some fun sequences available. Black takes. White should probably actually extend first. Oh, nope. Yep. And then this ladder works. So this is really a nice result for white. You can see that you severely reduce this territory on the left, and black's going to have a hard time making anything up in this corner, where if white gets another move, things might become a little dangerous. So this was really nice. And if black tries to go this way, you can't really afford to, I don't think, connect anywhere else. And when XHU looked over the variation, he seemed okay with it. So now black can't cut, and white's all connected. And again, black got very little, actually, in this group down here in the corner. Probably still needs to live. It's not exactly clear yet that it is alive, so black will probably need to spend a move or so in here, and then there's still some cuts in black's position, so black actually needs to come back and maybe fix this, or come back and try and live in here. Yeah, it's probably alive. So yeah, this was a really fun sequence. Knowing this is another really common shape here to know. There are a lot of variations for this one as well, and there's a few extra, I think 1 or 2 extra variations going off of this to show some examples. But XHU was particularly impressed with this move as well by white. Just a little something extra on the outside. It's obviously Sente. Black's not going to let these 3 stones get taken. That would be disastrous. So it's just a really nice little something for free. But this still turned out pretty nicely for black. And there was a variation somewhere that I can't reach right now. XHU put another variation in the chat that shows where black should have played differently here to not give these forcing moves on the outside, because white didn't turn out too great here on this side. Black did pretty well, but white was so weak she shouldn't have been able to get this outside thickness. So make sure you take a look at that. So XHU and I talked about this one for a while. This situation over here is kind of ambiguous, and I thought that this was too early because it kind of helps to ruin the Aji around A in the corner, because black can get stronger in that area. So some of these sequences up in this corner are very tight. You know, that's all by 1 liberty or 2 liberties. So if you allow black stones in the extra stones in the area, then some of those liberties could get filled in, and it becomes a lot more dangerous. We'll see in a bit here that XHU recommended another move as well, also in the variations that I can't get to. So make sure you look at that. He points out that after something like this, that another invasion was possible. It was interesting. In this case, I don't think we want to attach here. White has thickness in the center, and there's no reason to make this group stronger, because this invasion is interesting, especially if white gets a little stronger. So I think just jump away. There's some white stones up here on the top that are out in the center. There's this nice white influence over here. There's no need to touch this and make it stronger and ruin the chance of an invasion later. So just get out first. Oh, XHU pointed this one out as well, which was pretty fun. Instead of backing off here, cut. Because white is weak in this area already, complication is good for white. You know, black wants to keep it simple and try not to mess things up. White wants to make a mess and just see what comes out of it. And now white's practically alive. So some of these cross-cut testages and stuff are really fun and useful in situations like this. XHU pointed out this move is Ajikeshi. It's removing opportunities later by forcing white, white, when white responds over here, this invasion, this invasion is still possible for black before this move. So, if we come back to right here, there's a possibility for this later. But now, once we finish this sequence, and white should respond. This is more, he said, these next couple moves, he said, were really bad, Ajikeshi. So just try it. We want to, black is strong here. Black doesn't need to lean on this group. Right? Black's pretty much alive in the corner, out into the middle, and this group is becoming weaker. So we don't want to lean on it and make it stronger. We want to take opportunity from it after we naturally grow stronger somewhere else. So we should avoid these kinds of moves. If we come back here, we could probably just even Hane, or jump out if you're concerned. White, is still going to owe some moves in this area. Maybe not that. If you're really, really worried, and then something like this is possible. So be careful about reducing your opportunity. That was interesting. Actually sacrificing those to make things a little stronger. Yep, and then this is kind of painful for black. Yeah. Black has to give this up to make sure that this group stays connected to this group. Now black's in trouble. Doesn't look good. So this was a nice sequence for white. And then I believe black ran out of time on this. So that was the game. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you check out XHU98's channel. I'll have a link up to it in a little card in the upper right hand corner. I still have a few games left on my list to finish up from the first post, and then I'll probably post another forum request for games. So I hope you guys are playing and getting some games ready, and thanks a lot for watching.